Good Morning Pre-K Week here in Georgia.
It is indeed, and 4-year-olds, Chris, could just be delightful. WebMD says a typical 4-year-old enjoys singing, rhyming, making up words. They can be energetic, silly, and at times rowdy and obnoxious. And in Georgia, 4-year-olds have an advantage. Yeah, like you said, it's Pre-K Week here, and Amy Jacobs is the commissioner of the Department of Early Care and Learning. Now, this started in 1992 in Georgia as a pilot program with just 750 students. How far have we come since then?
Oh, my goodness. We have come so far. We now serve about 80,000 4-year-olds every year in every single county in Georgia with a budget of over $400 million. And the results are pretty remarkable. So we're really proud of the 31 years of history that Georgia has with Georgia Pre-K. We have served over 2 million 4-year-olds since we began back in the early 90s. So that's pretty impressive. And now many of them have graduated and benefited from the Hope Scholarship and Grant and gone on and hopefully stayed in Georgia.
Now, you just touched on something. I wondered about this, and I know you've got some data to back this question up. How does a student look different after going through Georgia Pre-K than one who didn't? Let's say between kindergarten and third grade.
Yeah, so there's absolutely a difference, and you can tell that either just through anecdotal information from a kindergarten teacher can tell you. They can tell the difference between a student that's attended Georgia Pre-K and one who has not. So we also have independent research that shows us that students that attend Georgia Pre-K make bigger gains on all areas of learning than if they had not attended Georgia Pre-K. And then when we look at third grade reading scores, we can see a difference there. You score higher on your third grade reading scores if you attended Georgia Pre-K than if you did not.
So 80,000 Pre-K students, that's about 60% of Georgia 4-year-olds. What would it take to get to 100%?
You know, that's a really tricky, not easy thing to do because we actually need physical building space, either in a public school or a private child care program that maybe opens in an area where we need it and wants to offer Georgia Pre-K. I don't have any doubt that we could get funding if we could find actual classrooms to put 4-year-olds and qualified teachers, because as you know, workforce continues to be an issue for everyone.
For those who don't know where this happens, I mean, it's a number of different venues, isn't it? It's not like all going to the schoolhouse.
That is correct. So we have a Georgia Pre-K classroom in all of 159 counties, and it may either be in a public school, a public elementary school, or it may be in a private child care program. So about 50% of our classes are in public school and 50% are in child care. So it really just depends on the area where you live, but they're available in both settings, so you have a choice.
What does this cost the parents?
This is absolutely free. So that's the other beauty of Georgia Pre-K. It is completely funded by the Georgia Lottery for Education. And so if you live and sleep and you're 4 years old by September 1st, you go to Georgia Pre-K for absolutely free.
Yeah, which is pretty remarkable. And I love what Commissioner Amy Jacobs said about growing these young scholars into graduates who will stay in Georgia. It's a real point of pride, Chris.
It's great to see a Georgia State program just being a national envy. Really, it is.